The night I heard her voice again, it was raining. I was sitting by the window, listening to the slow drip from the roof when my phone buzzed. It was my sister, Lauren Bennett. The woman who had broken every promise she ever made to me, and yet, for some reason, I answered. That call changed everything. Before continue, please subscribe our channel and like our video. I grew up in a small town in Ohio. Life was simple. Everyone knew everyone. Lauren was my younger sister by 3 years, bright, wild, and full of dreams too big for our old farmhouse to hold. Our mom always said, Lauren's got fire in her, and she did. She lit up every room she walked into, but sometimes that fire burned too hot. When our dad passed away, I was 24, already married, expecting my first child. Lauren was still in college, studying art, saying she'd make something of herself someday. I remember standing at Dad's funeral, holding her hand, and she whispered, "I'll take care of Mom, I promise." That was the first promise, and the first one she broke. Within a month, she'd moved out with her boyfriend, leaving Mom alone in that creaky old house. I tried not to judge her. She was young, but as the years went on, her words and her actions never seemed to match. She promised to visit Mom. She didn't. She promised to pay back a loan. She didn't. She promised to stay clean after rehab. She didn't. Every time she'd cry, swear she'd do better. And I'd believe her, because she was my sister, and because some part of me always hoped people could change. The real break between us came when Mom got sick. Breast cancer. Stage 2 when we found out. Lauren promised to come home, said she'd move back, help cook, drive Mom to appointments. But when the time came, she didn't show up. I called, I texted, nothing. Weeks later, I saw her smiling on social media, holding a glass of wine in some city bar. Mom saw it too. She didn't say a word, but the hurt on her face said everything. That was the day I stopped making excuses for Lauren, and when Mom passed away, I didn't even know where Lauren was. She didn't show up to the funeral. That was the last time I spoke her name out loud for years. Until that call. After Mom's death, I poured myself into my own family. My husband, Mark, was steady and kind. We had 2 kids, Emma and Luke. And life settled into something quiet, predictable. But sometimes, the past has a way of echoing. Old photos. Letters from Mom that mentioned Lauren, and the ache that never really went away. Then one afternoon, 4 years later, the phone rang again. A hospital in Chicago. "Are you the next of kin for a Lauren Bennett?" My stomach dropped. They said she'd been in an accident, not serious, but she needed someone to come. Mark offered to go with me, but I said no. If this is my cross to bear, I told him, I need to carry it alone. When I got there, she was lying in a hospital bed, pale, thinner than I'd ever seen her. She opened her eyes and said softly, "Hey, sis." And just like that, years of anger cracked a little. She told me she'd been living rough, working part-time jobs, struggling with addiction, trying to stay afloat. She said she wanted to get better. Really this time. Then she asked if she could come stay with me. Every warning bell in my head went off. But when I looked at her, broken, small, desperate, I said yes. That was my mistake. At first, things seemed okay. She helped around the house, played with the kids, came to church with us. I started to think, maybe this time is different. But slowly, the cracks showed. Money started disappearing. Small things. At first, $20 from my purse, groceries that didn't add up. Then one day, Mark's watch went missing. When I asked her about it, she swore she didn't take it. Her voice shook. Her eyes were wide, but I knew that look. Later that week, I found the watch at a pawn shop 2 towns over. That night, I told her to leave. She packed in silence, tears streaming down her face. At the door, she whispered, I promise. I'll make it right someday. But I didn't believe her. Not anymore. 2 years passed. No word from Lauren. Then one afternoon, a letter arrived, handwritten, postmarked from a women's recovery center. She said she'd been clean for 18 months. She was working in the kitchen, saving money, and wanted to see me. Inside the envelope was a photo, her standing with a small group of women, smiling, genuinely smiling, and at the bottom of the letter, one line stood out. I know you have no reason to trust me, but I'm trying to keep one promise this time, to become someone you wouldn't be ashamed of. I sat there for a long time, crying quietly at the kitchen table. For the first time, her words felt real. I didn't reply right away. I needed time. But something inside me softened again. Months later, she wrote again. Shorter letters, steadier handwriting. She talked about helping other women, cooking, learning to forgive herself, and I started writing back carefully. Honestly, we didn't talk about the past. We talked about little things, recipes, sunsets, books. It was slow, but it felt safe. Then one spring morning, she called me. Her voice was calm. Sarah, she said, I'm graduating from the program next month. I'd like you to come. I hesitated, but Mark, ever patient, said, maybe this is the one promise she'll keep. So I went. The recovery center was bright, filled with laughter and nerves. When I saw Lauren walk across that small stage in her simple white dress, holding her certificate, something in me broke open. She spotted me in the crowd, her eyes filled with tears. Afterward, she came over and hugged me. Really hugged me, she whispered. I told you I'd make it right someday. And in that moment, I believed her. Not because she said the right words, but because she finally didn't have to. Her eyes told the truth this time. It's been 3 years since that day. Lauren now works at that same recovery center, helping new women find their footing. She calls every Sunday. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry. She still has hard days, but she doesn't hide them anymore. And I've learned something too. Forgiveness isn't a door you open once. It's a window you keep cracked. Just enough for hope to breathe through. She broke every promise once, but the one she kept, to change, was the one that mattered most. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, and subscribe for more calm and heartfelt stories.